Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to Season 1, Episode 19 of The X-Files. Last time we watched Miracle Man, which was about the guy who was a faith healer, or the kid that was a faith healer at this religious venue. And a lot of the people that he was trying to heal ended up dying. And it became a question of, is he a faith healer? Is he a scammer? Is he killing people? And all the stuff around that. And I quite liked the episode. I said it there and I'll say it every time probably on my channel that when episodes focus on religious stuff, I get kind of nervous just because I don't want anyone to be offended or to offend any religions or any preachiness or any agenda pushing. But this one didn't really do that. It wasn't about a specific religion. It was just about this guy healed people. Or did he? Questions. Who knows? I don't really know how I feel because he did seem to heal people, and then he rose from the dead because his ghost spirit came to the guy who was killing people to confront them. So I feel like he was healing people, and he was a spirit, and he did come back from the dead. I'm not really sure because I don't think it's ever followed up on again. But I do feel like the kid was doing the right thing and was healing people, but this burn victim was killing everybody. To try and discredit him, and it was a shame really because it seemed like he was just doing the right thing. This episode is called Shapes. From that title, I don't know what it's about. Shapes. For some reason, I don't know why, all I can think of is the episode Space. Maybe because it's like a one-word S-word title. Shapes. I don't know. Or Shadow. Is there one called Shadow earlier on in the season? Well, the girl's haunted by that guy, or she's like protecting her and killing people. And I really don't know what this episode's about, so I'm excited to jump into it because I might start remembering it when I watch it. I'm not sure, but who knows? But anyway, let's jump into the reactions and see what we think. If you enjoy this episode, please let me know down below what you thought. And subscribe to my channel for the rest of Series 1 of X-Files. Let me know what you're thinking of the series overall. As we're coming towards the end of the season, we've only got 6 episodes left at this point, including this one. So we're coming close to the end of the season. And yeah, I'm excited to finish it off and just see where we go from there. So let's jump into the episode Shapes. What's that noise? They're clearly hunting something. But what? 2 minutes on Ranch Browning, Montana. So it's like something's killing their animals. The farmers, maybe that's their like livelihood. Some sort of creature. Oh. Okay. The hell was that? Is that a werewolf? Is this a werewolf episode?
Well, Joseph Goodensnake is dead with a wound from your shotgun to indicate otherwise.
Oh.
All I'm saying, it was no kind of animal that I know of. But it damn well didn't seem
So they're having disagreements with Indians.
Take a look at my boy's
Did they maybe call this creature to
It was dark.
try and
We heard a
kill
growl. We went
them?
out there to protect the cattle. I could have swore I saw
It looked like a werewolf to me.
red eyes and fangs.
Agent Mulder, Agent Scully. I suppose if I were here in our side of the story,
I do feel for him because he did shoot at that creature and obviously killed a young guy, but did the guy know it was a werewolf type creature? Is this an attack? What?
For the last few months, whenever we'd go outside at night and check on the cattle, never saw anything out of the ordinary. Not a mountain lion, not a coyote, not even any tragos, Agent Scully. I could feel it.
See, you can see the footprints changing from human to... I say werewolf, it might not be a werewolf, it might be just like some sort of transformation into an animal. Oh, shed its skin. I hate that snake skin type stuff. It just grosses me out.
This is so odd. It's almost like a snake skin that's been shed. I suspect that the Parkers knowingly killed Joe Goodensnake, but they hardly seem the type to skin their victim.
We're looking for anything that can create human tracks in one step and animal tracks in the next.
Parker. He found what you're looking for. He killed what you're looking for, FBI.
What Parker and his kid killed was my brother.
I
You're all
think the
too
Indian
afraid of some
people,
stupid Indian legend to do anything. I
I
hate
think they
it.
know.
What?
And I hate suits who are always here when they want something from us. But when we need help, they're nowhere to be found.
It's a fair argument. That kind of culture
I'm
is
Agent Scully.
vastly
This
overlooked,
is
and it's
Agent
not
Mulder.
right.
The woman in the pool hall said that people were afraid of some Indian legend. What do they believe happened in the Parker case?
Look, I'm not a park ranger here to answer all your questions about Indians. Whenever I need federal help, I never get it. Since this case falls
Well,
under
like,
the jurisdiction
and
of
the Indian
FBI,
version of the werewolf.
you're entitled to examine the body.
Take a look at that scar tissue. Looks like he'd been attacked by an animal as well.
Could Joe
Which
have been attacked
adds to my
also?
theory about it being a werewolf, which I feel like I've said about
Did see an animal.
100,000 times so far this episode. We're only
Those wounds
10
are
minutes
real.
in, thereabouts.
His shotgun wound indicates point-blank range.
We're gonna need to take a look at Joe Goodensnake's dental records.
Why? Whoa. They're almost a vampire. Like,
These match Joe Goodensnake.
Well, there are cases of calcium phosphate salts developing abnormally with age, but
That could account for what Jim
Yeah, but
Parker
that's-
claims to have seen.
fangs.
He was out that night, expecting
That's
to see
clear
a mountain lion
fangs.
killing his cattle. He gets rattled and a flashlight beam catches Joe here.
so Parker saw what he wanted to see, an animal. Why are we here?
A true piece of history, Scully.
Something you won't believe,
The very first X-Files.
I imagine.
Initiated by J. Edgar Hoover himself in 1946. During World War II, a series of murders occurred in and around the Northwest, 7 here in Browning alone. Each victim was basically ripped to shreds and eaten as if by a wild animal. However, many of the victims were found at home, as if they allowed their killer to enter. In
It's the same sort of thing.
1946, police cornered what they believed to be such an animal in a cabin in Glacier National Park. They shot it, but when they went in to retrieve the carcass, they found only the body
was a
of
person.
Richard Watkins. Members of the Lewis and Clark expedition wrote of Indian men who could change their shape into that of a wolf.
Mulder, what
Yeah.
this folder describes is called lycanthropy. It's a type of insanity in which an individual believes that he can turn into a wolf. I mean, no one can physically change into an animal.
I know, but he saw a creature in the beginning. I saw it, Scully. And you'll probably see it by the end of the episode. You still won't believe it.
How can you just dismiss the
Scully,
evidence?
come on, you beautiful
Tracks in the
bitch.
mud, the
I do find it fascinating watching different cultures and their rituals and stuff. I think it's really interesting.
Please, I just want to show my respect.
I don't want your respects. I want your heart to grow cold. I want you to feel what I'm feeling.
He didn't shoot him, did he? Wasn't it the other guy, the older guy? I suppose he's still part of the same. Yeah. I completely forgot for a second who he was, and I was like, what's the story here? No, no. No. There we go. I want to see it. Show it to me. It's definitely like a werewolf sort of thing, shapeshifter, wolf-like creature. Is he naked? Because if he's naked, it's probably him.
Mulder, I'm taking Lyle to the hospital.
Okay. So it could be him.
He's suffering from exposure. And when he's been checked out, I'm going to question him.
Okay, come on, Mulder. You're looking for a shapeshifter. This guy was found naked lying in the field. Put 2 and 2 together.
I saw it once with my own eyes. It was a long time ago. It seemed like a dream. An evil spirit capable of changing a man into a beast.
So that's probably what's been attacking.
Attacked by a Manitou causes
Yeah.
the victim to become one.
The healed scars on Joe Goodenstank's body.
The Manitou overtakes a man by night, not by full moon. But when its bloodlust builds to uncontrollable level, the man changes to a sickening creature.
Agent Mulder, there's something I feel you should know. I received a blood test performed on Lyle Parker, and there's something rather unsettling.
What's that?
Traces of his father's blood type can only be there through ingestion.
Right, can I just say, how Mulder did not guess this is really irritating me. They're looking for a shapeshifter. The quite common legend, before I even heard it, is that they wake up somewhere, usually naked, they forgot what they've done. But even if you didn't know all that, you're looking for a shapeshifter, someone who turns to an animal and maybe doesn't remember it. You've got this person who randomly, naked in the middle of a field, just woke up. Come on, unless it's a twist that still hasn't happened yet. It's him, and if it is him, I'm so annoyed because Mulder should have got that. Okay, so it's... Yeah, so this guy is definitely the werewolf, right, at this point?
Lyle, answer me.
Oh, God. No, he's not. Alright, so they go. Oh, shoot. Alright, that's going to make a great thumbnail image, right? But that's creepy. And... Oh. Scully, how can you not hear that? You're outside the door, for God's sake. Come on, woman. Oh, God. I don't like it when the like skin rips apart and stuff in movies. Bah. Oh. Weird slow-mo.
You all right?
Is it going to be Lyle as well? Of course, like we saw him change. This is 2.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
He was in the bathroom sick, and then the next thing I
Yeah,
knew,
she
we
saw
were
it.
attacked by the mountain lion.
It wasn't the mountain lion, Scully.
It's still
No,
on the
Scully,
cage
darling.
out back.
There could still be werewolves out there, though.
When? She said she'd come
Because the
see us.
first one that they killed was a different bloodline to him. And it can be passed down by the bloodline, so Gwen might have it.
Just pulled up and left?
See you in about 8 years.
I hope not.
Okay, guys, that was Series 1, Episode 19 of Exiles Shapes. I enjoyed that. I really did. Considering, as a horror fan, werewolf things are not really my kind of jam. I find them very repetitive, and a lot of like werewolf movies are all the same sort of thing, and a lot of them hit the same sort of tropes where it's usually someone that doesn't know they're a werewolf, they're attacking and killing people, and we find out that it's someone that we know, and we have to put a stop to them. I mean, I know a lot of horror genres can be boiled down to the same sort of tropes, but werewolves tend to not be that interesting to me. However, I've watched a couple of interesting things recently with werewolves in. This is one, which we'll get to in a second, but there's an episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark, which was really funny about werewolves, called The Tale of the Full Moon, if you're interested. There's an episode of Supernatural called Heart about werewolves. The actual werewolf part of that was not the most exciting, but it was done quite interestingly, the plotline throughout. And now this. And I really enjoyed it, I think, because it focused around not just it's just a werewolf. There was a lot of like religious and cultural things around it, which I found quite interesting. And I know I kept calling it a werewolf, but it was never specifically called that. They just called it a shapeshifter. And I probably incorrectly called it a werewolf all the way throughout, and someone may or may not correct me in the comments, but it's just that's the closest thing I'm familiar with. And because they never really specified what it was called, well, they did. They called it something when the guy was telling Mulder the story, but I can't remember what it was called. It was a word that I'm not familiar with. So that's what it's actually called, but I'm just going to call it a werewolf. But it was interesting, I think, because It's going to sound weird when I say that the episode didn't focus around the werewolf, which sounds really weird, but the werewolf was only in 3 scenes. So the scene at the beginning of the cold open where the guy got killed, where they shot the werewolf, they killed the Indian guy. The scene where the sheriff's dad got killed, and also the scene at the end towards when Scully was getting attacked by the werewolf and it got killed as well. So because it was only in it a lot, when it was in it, it was effective and it was quite creepy looking. And I really loved the effects that they did on the practical effects when I think his name was Lyle, changed into the werewolf, when you saw his skin ripping off, his teeth growing, his eyes changing, his back cracking and stuff. I thought that was really effective and really spooky, and because it's practical over CGI, as I talk about a lot on my channel, I always prefer practical effects every time, because I just think there's something a lot more gritty and real about it and makes it scary. And I enjoyed that scene because I was like, is it Lyle? I think it's Lyle. I'm sure it's Lyle. And they started changing, I'm like, it's Lyle. But on the flip side, shall I say, I'm so annoyed with Mulder because he knows these legends, he knows these myths, and whilst he didn't know this specific Indian myth, he knows about werewolves, he's watched a movie or two, and all these kind of myths tend to live in these worlds, right? So Mulder's probably seen the odd werewolf movie here or there. He probably knows about the legends. So we've got this shapeshifter killing people, and we've got this person who wakes up naked in the middle of a field the night after a murder by a creature that may be human, maybe not, maybe a shapeshifter. This person wakes up naked and doesn't remember anything. Hello? Like, the second that I saw that guy naked in the field, I was like, that's the werewolf, clearly. Well, that's a shapeshifter. I'm kind of a bit... I think it's a slight bad writing on this part that Mulder should have picked up on that. Scully's like, oh, I just found him in a field, I'm going to take him to hospital. And it was like, oh, okay. Like, am I missing something here? Did I miss a conversation or something? Because I got a bit distracted because a cat ran past the door and then started fanning about in my garden. So I got a bit distracted trying to see what it was doing. But yeah, it just felt like the pieces were all there, quite evidently in front of you. And maybe Scully, I get not putting it together because she thought it was murder or a mountain lion or whatever. But Mulder should have picked up on that, definitely. What I also found kind of funny, because it's touched on Miracle Man as well, is that, like I say, it's 2 episodes in a row where there's a murder. Mulder and Scully go and want to do an autopsy to get more information, and in both episodes, religious people have put up a stop to that, which I find it really fascinating that they did that twice in a row. I thought they might be able to separate it out, because a lot of these episodes, particularly in this show, more so than Supernatural that I'm watching at the moment, which does have a lot of the Monster of the Week episodes, but this one doesn't have an ongoing storyline that's touched on very often. And when it is, it's very rarely connected through as heavily as Supernatural can be. The only thing that happened in this episode that links back to an old one is that Scully said her dad died recently. And that was, what, episode, I want to say 13-ish, 14? So 6 episodes ago. So I think that maybe because it has such a similar theme in it, there's a religious aspect to it, or a different belief system. They want to do an autopsy because of a death. They stop it on religious grounds. They should have maybe separated the episodes out a little bit more, but it doesn't really matter. It wasn't a huge part of the episodes. It was quite prominent in the last episode, not so much in this one, because they still saw the teeth and the scratch marks, so they saw enough of the body to be able to go off and can make conclusions and whatnot. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the monster side of it, the stepping into a different kind of culture and belief system. I enjoyed that, and Mulder and Scully were pretty good in this episode. Like, is it the most popular episode of the show ever? No, it's not. Case in point being that I don't remember it. Like, when I was watching it and it was kind of werewolfy, it kind of sparked a little bit of a memory, but not much at all, really. But yeah, my favourite scene in the episode was definitely when Lyle changed into a werewolf in the episode. I thought it was really well done. The shots, the darkness, the creative angles, and the specific bits of his body it chose to show as it turned. I thought it was really well done. So let me know what you think of Shapes down in the comments below. Did you enjoy this? Are you a werewolf movie fan? Is it your kind of trope? Is it something you enjoy watching? As always, guys, my name is Scott. Hope you guys are well, taking care of yourselves and staying safe. If you enjoy this reaction, please let me know down below. Subscribe to my channel for the rest of Series 1. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and I'll see you all soon for the next episode of X-Files Series 1. Bye, guys. Take care.